Okay, welcome to episode 6, everybody. In this episode, we're going to set up our auto run, and with auto run, as in Geometry Dash, if we collide with a wall, if we don't jump in time, we will perish and have to respawn again. So we're going to set both those up right now. They're super easy. First thing first, I'm going to take my player, and I'm going to take it and the respawn point because they're located at the same spot. So great way I can move two things at the same time. I'll press control and grab my respawn point, and I'm just going to move this down a little closer so I don't start falling. I move just over to the edge here, so I'm right at the very start of my level. So as I don't want to fall too much at the very beginning, just really close right here to my ground. Okay, that part's done. I'm going to leave that spike there, and I'm going to put up a wall. Actually, we need a little wall here. So I'm going to take this ground. I'm going to duplicate that. And so now I have my ground again, and I could try to grab this and put up a wall kind of right here, but that's not actually what I want to do. I can zoom out a little bit, get you a better view. And we can see it gets a little bit tricky to line things up and to see where I'm putting things. And there's actually an easier way to do this. So I'm going to undo that, bring it back. So I've duplicated my ground, and there's something called increment snapping. So this button up here, this little like measuring tool, yours is going to be defaulted probably to 0.25. I had already changed mine. So I'm going to set that to 1. And why I like that is because it allows me to take this ground here that's exactly as a scale of 20, and now I can hold control, and now when I move it, it's kind of like Lego pieces. It moves exactly 1 unit in wherever I drag it. So now I can put it way down here. Okay, so that's where my first wall is going to be. Press Control D, and I can drag another one down below it so it looks like a little bit thicker ground. And I could press Control D again, and I'm holding control to now have more ground there. Okay, and so maybe I'll put up one more little wall. Let's duplicate that. I'm going to change the scale down to 2 and hold control, and let's put a little wall right at the edge there. Okay, so there is my super rudimentary level. Nothing exciting here. I have a single hazard and a couple walls. Now, let's go into our code and implement an auto run. That's really easy. So open up your script for your player, and we're going to go down, and we're actually going to get rid of the input. I don't want the player to control left and right anymore, and I could just delete it, but it's actually easier to just do comment it out with 2 forward slashes. And now that code won't run anymore. It won't take in any input from the player. Now down here, I'll have in my fixed update, I no longer need this move input. It's not being utilized, and I can't just comment. Technically, there is a way to comment it out, but this one is actually easier just to delete it from this vector 2. So now it just takes the speed which we've already predetermined in our game. That's it. That's all. Now we have an auto run. As soon as the game starts, the fixed update, every physics step, it's going to add that. So we're going to save our script. Let's go back into Unity and just double check the auto run works, and then I'll show you how to create a wall hazard. Okay, so let's press play. Let's see if I can play my game, and you'll notice I'll have an auto run, and now I'm not pressing my arrow keys. I can't control it at all, and I fall down, respawn. But if I hit the wall, no respawn. I just stop, right? And I stop, and we need a respawn there. Easy. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a prefab for this little spot right here. We're going to zoom in on our wall. And so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to create an empty. Actually, no, let's do a 2D object. And I'm going to go sprites, and we're going to grab a square. Okay, so there's my square there. Now, I don't want to actually see this square. I just want to see its collider, which it doesn't have yet. So I'm going to first rename this to wall hazard. Let's call it my wall hazard. Okay. And now what we need to add is we need just the component of the box collider 2D. So that showed up right away. You can start typing collider, box collider 2D. And now if I turn off the sprite renderer, you can see I can see my actual collider there. And now this is really easy to implement. All I need to do, I don't need to see it. It's going to be invisible. If you notice, well, you can't see that in game right now. Let's just move it over. If I move it over in my camera, so we can see it pop up on my camera, but if I turn off sprite render, you can't see the collider. And all we got to do is place this collider just right. And this is up to you. You can leave a little bit of a gap up here for a little bit of give. That's up to you. Like if you want to be a little bit more kinder to the player, it's up to you. You can be really strict, but in video games, we have usually what's called grazing. So we're allowed to just barely miss, or your hitbox is usually smaller than your player. We'll talk about that more. So I'm just gonna, it has to be in front. It can't be behind here. So just a hair in front, and that should suffice right there. Now, the only thing I gotta do is put it on the hazard layer, which is what we already created. So I'll go over here in the default, and I will put that on the hazard layer, and now it's good to go. Let's see if it works. We're going to press play, and we're going to jump over the spike and see if I respawn if I hit that wall. Jump, hit the wall, respawn. There we go. Boom, right back to the start. Now, I don't have one there yet, but this is easy. This wall hazard, all I need to do is create a prefab, and then I can use it anywhere I have walls or anything I want to make a hazard. And I can just drag this down. There's my wall hazard object. Doesn't look like anything because there's not much to see. And then I can zoom in here. I can just drag in my prefab, drop it, and then focus in a little bit more, put it right where I want. And then there we go. This is pretty much the easiest way. There are other ways to do this, but for our purposes, now I will respawn whenever I collide with any of our hazards. If I fall off the map, I'll respawn. If I hit my spike, I'll respawn. If I hit a wall, I'll respawn. And that's going to cover things for now. That's enough ways for us to die. I'll just wait till just to test this, because you should always test what I just did to show you that the prefab did work. So I'm going to jump the spike, jump the wall, and let's see if this wall respawns me, and it does. So perfect. And if I make the shot, I'm over, no problems. But if I got nowhere to go, respawn back to the start. Okay, so just a quick video for the auto run and implementing the wall hazard respawn. That concludes this video, this episode. We'll see you in the next one.